Hi, it's Dr. Max at Loggerhead Marine Life Center to talk to you today a little bit about a condition we see pretty frequently here in the hospital. It is called chronic debilitation syndrome. Now, chronic debilitation is something that includes a lot of different disease processes and involves life stages, all the life stages in most of the species that we encounter. But when the animals come in here for treatment, they generally feature very consistent clinical parameters. So the very first thing we notice with these patients is that they are chronically in a chronically starving state. So what does that mean? That means they haven't been able to eat and absorb nutrition for a very, very long time. And what we don't know is what the exact causes of the debilitation are. We suspect they might be related to things like disease, parasite infestation. There is some evidence of that. Ingestion of foreign objects, things floating in the ocean that they shouldn't be eating and that they mistaken from their normal food item. It could be a result of previous injury that healed in a manner that prevents them from actually ingesting their food items and getting that nutrition inside them. So a variety of reasons of why this condition might cause animals to go into a chronic starvation state. But when they come to us, they're in varying degrees of emaciation, of starvation. So what do we do about that? Well, the very first thing is when the animals arrive, they're in very, very poor condition typically. So they require exceedingly delicate handling because even just the slightest wrong movement in handling them can cause devastating injury. That's how weakened their bodies are, how weakened their limbs and their tissues are, their shell, plastron, and carapace can be. So our staff is very well trained and very aware of that challenge in moving them around. The second thing that we've developed here, actually, and we're very proud of, is delivering a type of nutrition that is available to the animal to be absorbed. Because even if the animal could eat, very often it can't digest the food and more importantly, it can't absorb the nutrition from that food. So what we've developed here is what's called total parental nutrition. It's a type of nutrition that's available in other veterinary species and in humans, but hasn't been developed in sea turtles until very recently here. So what that is nutrition that's delivered intravenously. So via a vein in the turtle directly via a needle in a very controlled fashion. That's done here in the indoor hospital, which is right next to us. And that can be administered several times a day, and very often it is. So the advantages of that are several-fold. First, we know the nutrition is getting delivered directly into the bloodstream of the turtle. So we know that it's gotten past the challenge of having it needing to be digested and absorbed. It's already in the building block stage in the bloodstream of the animal. So it's readily available for use. The TPN itself is fairly straightforward and fairly simple. It's made up of things that any one of us would need to survive. Fats, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, but in specialized concentrations that are important for sea turtles to grow and to thrive. The other advantage of delivering TPN is you know exactly how much nutrition is going into the animal. So from a medical point of view, it's important for us to be able to gauge and to track the type and the amount and the frequency of nutrition that they're getting. So we can track their health as a consequence. And that's one of the really important features of TPN. So one of the things that we do here is we allow visiting veterinarians and rehab staff to come and learn from us and learn this TPN technology. And we're happy to share it around the world, and this is a feature that hopefully going forward we can continue. So that's a short, brief introduction to what TPN is, what chronic debilitative syndrome is, and I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Dr. Max, see you next time.